do say and so as a Christian
Yandy
enra ene matches ni mai
enra the end quick na Bayern Munich the Yandy say Champions League no say ya draw na group stages in kwa na Bayern Munich group no mu a na oye hu say enya de abetimi ahye Bayern Munich e ba Champions League na group stages in kwa they are virtually unbeatable enra some kwa we ekose Galatasaray by 3-1 some win na Bayern Munich nya ye no. And the chairman say, about 37 games in the Champions League A group stages are Bayern Munich and Lusuibi. The money much more amazing is that we need the last 16 Champions League A group games. And then Bayern Munich for SAT a new record. Said the only team are the last 8 Champions League away matches. Bayern Munich are winning. So, I never acquire Bayern Munich in Imbo. In fact, if ever Champions League, na group stages there, the whole world, the best team winning Champions League, a group stages in Bono, Bayern Munich. And it, having won Enra game, now me surprised because ever Champions League, na group stages in Quadia and the Obian team in Bayern Munich and so and more. But I think, I'm on for bisa the signing of the season so far, and the sort of age Bellingham and to a large extent, maybe a branch of James Maddison. But a branch of Hurricane so echo air by Milikino. Or also yeah Juma papa because Enra game I thought so a game number 12 Edema branch of air Hurricane. In those 12 matches are air Hurricane air body ma by Milikino. A branch of Hurricane Asher 11 goals. Etimi I provided air 3 assists. Enra or a branch of Jamal Musiala air partnership no. Now just amazing. Enra a game no by Munich and a take lead. I think say a Kingsley Coman. And I said the first goal, Edinburgh Bayern Munich. As early as by the 8th minute, and a Bayern Munich enya the first goal. And a Mauro Icardi ebe take her through the penalty spot. Tamwa a Cardi take no. Na boa we Galatasaray boa na no mo bona. Nandi u petima na nko betimi ahye the next goal na. Na e team efen Galatasaray. But like all big teams, say unya a big team na u create chances. Na say one team ansha. They only need that small moment to decide the game. And then rasa small moment in the Bayern Munich etimi take advantage. And so etimi edi bomb can one. Omini game by 3 goals to 1. We have Bayern Munich ambo air front 4. Nandi adeba kwa Bayern Munich air season when he say in all competition Bayern Munich for equipe only 3 clean sheet. But the abua Bayern Munich ni say in as much as a chiro no attack too scary. Obo Leroy Sani no about Jamal Musiala, no about Kingsley Coman, behind a branch of air Hurricane. And so na Bayern Munich na say one segua. Ayɛ dia Bayern Munich betim the ball and so etimi ato atenem. And then they extended the unbeaten record and setting a new record say 8 away games in the Champions League and they will be intimidating team one. Your friend Bayern Munich. Adia Manchester United game the Rika can wasem that. The umpire say sa players na no munya very good day no. Ebe show consistency. Onana afterwards and na do ye no. What happens afterwards? And then the Harry Maguire, after 2 impressive games for Manchester United, what happens afterwards? And then they can say, Ombetimia bedi upon these games, any ball na omo Ombetimia remain consistent and play at this level. And one so Manchester United and so a game and the Enra me sure self you are brand to finish Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah.
On your strike about 20 goals a season. Forgive my ignorance. Ebiana minim. But men kai say a branch of any Gabriel Jesus. Abo a season or 20 goals that. But on a very good day, Gabriel Jesus will give you much more than goals. Ada a branch in the day pano. He may not even score a goal, but will end up winning a player of the match. Enra a branch and so he game now. Yansan ko first goal na or the man Martinelli no. And the press. Onya ball na na chi na hwe Martinelli o. And 2 players and a Rashi Gabriel Jesus ebe pressing no. And the way he was able to beat the press
with one touch.
Yeah, one touch. And the pass, that true pass na or the man Martinelli no. And Yansamo Martinelli so abaso Andy the composure and calmness. Osana asana if one able highlight. And or 2 pass no too much. Na Martinelli nso wo adwuma ye pa o.
Yeah, go he had Ramos chasing him.
And now start wo adwuma because the distance between me be aboard than any goalkeeper name wa. And the way I would remain calm, compose and run the goalkeeper the ball the twat eto net team no and the net kapa but that pass on a game one more the share goal no any the assist no e see a che goal in the more Andy said no go and senka ye we game no nke one goal pe the be mu a goal na be mu nke che goal na e senka the half Edema Gabriel Jesus nearly half Edema Martinelli because that pass was simply amazing but beyond that pass and the goal he also scored. Or yes, I pass in the no. Sani second a goal no share na. Arsenal second goal no was simply amazing. No one that see a game no. Now you pay player of the match. Edema Branch Fede Gabriel Jesus. Madika can say on your striker. Obama bear 20 goals a season. But on a very good day, Andy, do the man no a much more than goals. Enra the man Arsenal now. I was very happy for him. Also Arsenal last game before Enra game no. Omukolusu 2-1 to Lens.
Yeah.
It's Enra think Arsenal winia. Nanke no so pressure Arsenal so because about 6.5 years and Arsenal more Champions League that eventually they returned to the Champions League. They won their first game against PSV. Arsenal show 4-0. Second game Arsenal kwa away Ekolusu by 2-1. And then Radi no so no Omasa kwa away Ekwase Sevilla and also by 2-1. But they ba kwa be nia Jama Branch Fene Gabriel Jesus ne say and every single game wa Arsenal ball in the Champions League no Branch Fene Gabriel Jesus eshegu. So Bekaya, Omoni PSV on March the 1 on a share Arsenal third goal. Again, Omukwa away to Lens Omukolusu by 2-1. On a share the first goal in the game, Edema Arsenal, Mekaise Abrantia, your friend Bukayo Saka, and a ma assist, Edema Branch Fene Gabriel Jesus, and on the ball the twatting and then again was I say goal. So 3 games in the Champions League, every single one of them. Gabriel Jesus enso team the ball enso etimi ato atinem enti Arsenal team take a lead side group no more 6 Lens L5 and a Sevilla and who say Sevilla there maybe on part of no Sevilla every year biano they will qualify into the Champions League group stages now don't be say third drop into the Europa League go and win it next year no matter about Champions League no matter about group stages now the same way no matter the third no matter drop into the Europa League, go and win the Europa League. So I am not surprised. So where's Arsenal group no? Say Arsenal take lead, L6 points, Lens L5. Na Sevilla etosu miensa, ehwa no mo pese omoda. Omoda ho saa na and the movia drop to the Europa League. Eventually they will go there and win the Europa League. And on the C group B no. Menya surprise Real Madrid winning 3 out of 3 in the Champions League. Say so many 3 out of 3. Enya de bia won bia. But there one say I said this year Champions League now Real Madrid airborne. Every single game they win, Andy, it's like you struggle to win. Meaning so almost hard friend now. I remember very well say your first game was against A Union Berlin Meboa. When they say go in the mamu, I think say Jude Bellingham. Time Ben was say go no. Na 90+4. As a game and in a draw and sir. And I branch defend Jude Bellingham. It doesn't take anything away from the win no. Every win they win. Time I be say go bia go. Time I be go bia be win the game bia no. It doesn't matter or win it. But 90+4 minutes and Jude Bellingham eshe go no. My next game was against Napoli. Away me wa. I remember very well. Say no so muko wini. I saw game no kwa 3-2. At a point in time, na game no 2-2. And Napoli enya ebo on goal. Emma mu win game by 3-2. And again Enra away game there yet mu winning by 2-1. Adia many jima game no say Abrante friend Rodrigo. On say na pressure ba no so. Rodrigo ebebo every time bia no Carlo Ancelotti show so much faith in Rodrigo. But odidi gina mu a go cinema. So na say crowd tie narrative na wa bontina. Na man force yen drop Rodrigo. No more Joselu anameboa. But eno eventually Abrante ni konya go. Na Abrante friend Jude Bellingham ne de. Sanra usef a doping for no. Efa one Kepa. Amoye doping wi amusanya ne MRI. Nye doping ko an nimfie no nyame no nukure ni menyi ni born na obo no way above his age. How do you explain say a player bo at this level is just 20 years? It doesn't make sense to me. And every single game biano the deciding factor for Real Madrid Abrante friend Jude Bellingham. The hunima Jude ni say Andy or enter into a zone very dangerous for him because he's setting a standard. In the next 10 months never no. Obia mebeja Abrante friend Jude Bellingham with no on the own standard now or setting. About Real Madrid. The standard to say how many matches? 11 when the games now or 12 goals. 12 goals in how many games?
Jude,
12 goals, 12 games.
12 games, 11 goals, 3
assists. And I said that's the standard I set you. So very soon, Jude bet me I could bear 4 games and then I say 2 goals. One shaman for Befrase say, almost say, I saw drop in form. But Jude Bellingham, about 4 games, no say 2 goals, and yes, normal, amazing. But he has entered into a new realm. Standard now all setting. The major challenge is how does he keep up with this standard? Because heading on your striker. They say 4-4-2 diamond formation now. Or the more like behind the main striker no closer to the goal post. And aggression, calmness, composure, any precision I crab no. It's simply amazing. There can is a major challenge. Standard now all setting. On him say it got to a point now Messi bet 40 goals, but see onyade. Ronaldo Timisha bear 44 goals. I'm on for Ronaldo nyade. I was like, hey, but the reason because Ronaldo was 44 goals on nyade and say Ronaldo has set a standard. I was say 60 or say 50. Messi said bear 60 or say 66 or say 91. So a Messi was 91, say 66, say 50 goals in the league. Ebesha bear 44 goals under normal circumstances. And amazing start. But yeah, the one because I was standard ebe measure. And no number my branch friend Jude Bellingham no in the near future and pressure eba no so a ontimi blame obiya standard set he will need to keep up with it. But many agide man no nyame aduma Sunday na classico ne baso Saturday classico and here we dey betimi asi. Won share group D no, are you not surprised in group D? Say o share group D na team a lead group no Real Sociedad. And Benfica so dey enra omam ana Benfica for ase niema papa but me nti am for call Benfica echi yesterday is you a Champions League 3 matches in normal lose and if you group now points say 0 how many points lose all their 3 games me kai say enra so lose 1-0 to Real Sociedad bro mo trefi before so lose 1-0 to Real Sociedad no now ma lose 1-0 to Inter Milan and again and fear omo results in they are surprising against Salzburg. I want to fee. Emma Salzburg be by 2-0. And then again, Real Sociedad eto omo abra Benfica ebo fie. Emma Real Sociedad ekoso mekabakwa omo ntimianti. But away from Benfica, yemfa spotlight into Real Sociedad so. And I think they are doing so well. Me assure say Champions League A group stages ni we no. Now pe 2 teams are ebe qualify every side group na. Menya so senka be Real Sociedad. Kabaka Inter and Benfica meboa. But here kasa sesi after 3 matches they remain unbeaten. The Real Sociedad they ni can say Andy almost 3 matches no mabono. Our first game was an away game. Was a home game. And omni Inter a ball draw. And the omni Inter ball draw ni we no. Our next 2 games somebody in an away and they won all of them away. Nina Real Sociedad kwa away no akwose and raso kwa away kwose. And away no kwose Salzburg e come no a Salzburg entimianti. And that's the reason why I can say we are ahead of Inter Milan. Omo nyina ewo 7 points. So ye hwe Real Sociedad team na Abrante friend Martin Zubimendi anyone can some player Taki Kubonom and a player no share goal Brais Mendes. I think said they are doing so well even in La Liga. So well La Liga table now and they said they lie 5th. So they have not been very bad this season. And I think say I surprising pan say in that group and by this time after 3 matches all team and come top piece group now and they should have been a team friend in Inter Milan. But Real Sociedad and a top group they've done so well so far.
Maxwell, bro, games ni muka crown and sorry I heard you take a look at in net matches and no games no winning results ni be your one. No can Maguire ne Onana dia obi e ball ma ba so say
they did well yesterday. That is a fact. But at least also we be twaso consistently. Near also more drama level no. Because ebia buy one get one free side in the end be any no money ajo. Ebia neno or my idea or tina na o masa akose no. So as professional they need to be consistent. That is the reason why they are there. They did well yesterday, no doubt about that. And also Maguire and doubting the quality. you doubted the quality of Onana, but at Manchester United now, to me, what is in the boys. I hope you understand. And the BSC Maguire so free said there is no competition and the money bobo. Maybe in other times, and I dream and say, me a mistake by next game, Mimbobi, into a game be a no show. I think he needs to step up because English boy, they've got what it takes to really compete. So I think they did well yesterday. It's United and Ken Rounds or Mompes messing on my free. No, the occasion was too big. It was too. Uza Nrami Kachoso and Nenkwa the Omberini. The occasion was too big. At least Bobby Charlton a corner opesa one. This is a game, especially when United lose to any Danish side were home ahead of the game. No more we need for a draw one. And we are Copenhagen. They've been playing. Also Copenhagen Angasa. Also this is normal performance. It doesn't tell the figures or more on the board. They play very well. Or more ball power, but or more give it all. So I think United have what it takes. And this win now, Maguire, it might a very significant in that and no Mulusian on board rank or more free state. Because the group where no beyond him say by Munich, they will win the group at ease, and that's what they are doing. 9 out of 9 points. 3 games, 9 points, they are gone. It's Enra say United and Lucia. What it means is that they will still have no points. Mebwa, Nagala Enya 4. Copenhagen so it was always going to be very difficult for them. Until when no mom where the Omaba 3 Gala with 4 points, then your friends say Copenhagen with 1 point and a buy in there one night. You say buying there the on topic group. So United can still fight and come up again. So that was the good thing. Now, on the part of Jude Bellingham, the Munjano or Munjano no money ball. And I don't want to sound racist. So Chris, you're black into now more best started that doping the Indiana.
Black.
Debbie, say or more bay in a way. So man fake pie a bed down.
Every game they had a pick place around.
No, I understand. It's a question I ask. So you're black in Tiana. I'm not saying for a fact. Then what's the point? You will play Mr. Ronaldo one like a goal to a game ratio with Real Madrid. Why did we question Nana?
But why? So don't to see the idea.
Yeah, or my be.
But I don't know. Maguire Onana save penalty.
Debbie, what I'm trying to say is I'm not saying for a fact. So you're black in Tiana. But what I'm trying to say is most people are raising questions. Say, for example, the age you are walking. I don't know year 20, but what I say, Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima or J World Player of the Year. Know how many years? 20 years. He was the best player in the world. There are no you know behind it. So what I'm trying to say is, I know yet to say ye in Tiana. Into no raising that questions, Nana. Into a moment of kind of money ball because he will be Cristiano Ronaldo or a goal per game ratio with Real Madrid, and that is very good. So somebody can also come and either equal or beat that because Gerd Müller say 85 goals calendar year from January to December. Whoever thought that record would be broken? But Messi came through and made it 91. So that's a Christian Wokan or yeah, 91. And football lover, what we're also looking at is somebody who can also break those records. It's like what Haaland did last season, the Premiership. But so what I say? But when Haaland was doing that, issue say ABI is too young to do that. Nobody has done that. But Haaland was doing it. On no free cry. The
difference is that Haaland is a striker.
Haaland, he's only scoring. But Jude and I said in the general outputs our Madrid games.
Nasa Messi so general output our games when they go outside. And you are what makes it no? Thierry Henry when he outputs in a game, now when the figures ever. But also what must have make here Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima. Shani outputs in a game. So now her figures ever. Otu so no so ya na adwen say omunyina be kwa kodina pole ni meba na omaja anka omaja 1000 na trada. Minim so me ya adwen a. Enti me mpese ye be ha boy no. Ye manim din it is his time. Once me got born na wo kasa wo hwe a. Yes our boys we near your time.
Yeah.
This is their time. Into it must scratch me because nebo above form because sometimes beat me boss say first me your best defender. Who then now they calculate we a best defender. Sad defender and then or mobile so moon to member into era. Cry from what the cry from mobile ness or mobile more better or more. God you like us or man down whole better no. Because the trend no change. That's what they need to understand. At the time they are your more mobile. Say my Tyson time no just name so biamba. Me whether ban you just say my Tyson crown no you bia. So obi so beba inti yemma boy ne mobile ne yeninje Christian sa abroche on dey come ni won 2020 kura dia wanyini aha no community ne yeti age so andi me boa enye kwama wo ti age so ayede now say before kwa bebre no ahwa say no kwa mo ahwa ye nko heavy kwa bebre ati omo age so ebi wo radio age ebi wo football age and the radio age say
ono age back up.
So I think ebi mo set benchmarks be very very good. So let's encourage these young guys to also get to that level. Na ball na enye de what you say make Jude ade be ya pae Real Madrid no born. Because I heard they be about behind. Say your mom also. And yes, I have me but I think he's so good a player, and we really. Oh, it's a make us say Jadon Sancho born on Nimbo. Monte Arsenal. And you only Jude Nyan there, boy. And you only Jude Nyan or Bellingham. Or more. Your friend say Dortmund. I don't know Bellingham. Don't know born on the unknown Tokano. Oh, born on Nimbo. No more offense. Who now make us so? I call Nimbo on Nimbo. On your day.
Say we have on so group no ko to mu so
na Bruno Fernandes in the same group no wo mti betumi aka so onya de we know enye group ya na ye bo we abaso yi Maguire ne ono kra ya bas na ne Onana no no anka so buy wa yeden Rashford den sanka wo se nti Rashford an se team ni nko ba bia ono sa na team ne ko nto be nto njan ntokwa no na so be ko we West Bromwich Albion no akọ start aba onko start mra. He's not that player now or person or chere the person. I hope so what my argument na say. Unti no ne the ambassador but buying the hormone there me who the person or chere because and none of them say game a be hot bias I go Galatasaray no more form. 17 matches unbeaten when winning 14 and draw 4. And group stage known to be winning match for more than 10 years or be say Manchester Old Trafford. And or pick 4 points no. No, but I won't say make sure say or more concede at least 2 goals in every game. Yeah. And buying so attack no attack on to be those number of goals. Then again, buying this season, they scored 2 or more goals in all their away matches. So if buying Yasa goals now, saying or more Galatasaray bet me I said to answer. That's exactly what happened. And I recame there, said more said I'm feeling no. Or what thought Nana Moonfield, only born a Bob Bruta. Harry Kane. It's not me tuning ding Harry Kane, Harry. Oh, yeah, well, Bedru go up. No, about too much. It's not Moka say England for Yadi as a Chris and I'm a buafuno. Into Harry Kane for Tottenham. So or betre points or bad big team no be producer ball no nimbo. Menges Arsenal your team menges also be a holding ball boss Harry Kane if it's Henry
I said
Henry pe.
I say but now you're sure say be a chairman.
Henry pe. There be Henry pe. Henry pe. Ben no cry okay what dey Henry.
O say dey no cry say
but no Harry Kane on ball pa. And there was a Ballon d'Or no after Messi we are players beat the Messi Ronaldo they see a cut him out near my way muso rem came on Messi Ronaldo mo figures na be kata o muso say enyo mo figures na be kata so a master enka ye baby e de on beto nya ha na de beto because the records no very insane and the Ubi Samuel because of times and I think the games really went well. Benfica de omo hadwene. But yet again we say champions of catch say a tournament be a most steady exactly we. Big teams the be 80% omo winning. All the club competitions in say Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, even African Champions League na shocks room. And Rason who shocks is here. Yeah. Sembane Ali. Omkobo 1-1. And your friend say Petro Luanda Soba. Sundowns almost mobile 1-1. Nobody ever get, especially when both teams no quite away when you a good result. But Champions League is a West steady trend now. So Christian, I one team, but it's a Benfica. They are no crying. Some people saw it coming because they lost to a team coming from a stronger league like the La Liga or Sanyade. So that is the trend. And Arsenal too did well. Well, but buy one get one free. No more your Champions League no munja enge. I said no person almost na or Marco Lusu. No person almost no match. They should be consistent, Andy.
But the number so can or can say English players. A man for so many ball bono. Now say we the players na England for nanyana. Yeah, can a favorite for to win the next European Championship. I say the England account.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, CCA
for sure.
The next European Championship 2024. Germany be hosting. So we share squad any quality the English national team nyana. Yeah, can say yeah can the favorite on betimi adia the English national team should be mentioned among one of the favorites.
Na say Europe crowd teams in is your omona so we player for player omona Spain e be on better.
The form of James Maddison, Bukayo Saka, Harry Maguire from France enya that bad. Harry Kane.
Yeah, no bisuka say. Sa go yabenya sa
team
Steven
bisa.
Gerrard.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
And the likes. Oba tagi omo favorites ni ade account ba omo ko omo fam hwema.
But on say Steve Gerrard any way there no Lampard there no. Now the decision was how to play the two of them together. What you say?
So how sure
the major challenge is but we know quality in all departments. Yeah. They have a striker. They have this Madison or boss na batena enye bad. Obetimi abo even on the right. Who Jude Bellingham wa sa position oni obi an compete. Declan Rice form enye bad. What you say? Bukayo Saka on the right, only one that compete. So at this point, you know, in the past, you know, now more quality, no more quality, you know, centered around some few areas.
Yes, no more quality because Rooney money.
But as the differences, more quality near evenly spread.
Yeah.
What you say? Okay. And these days they also build the confidence. Look at tournament or mobile. The last World Cup, the last two World Cups, I think it's semi-final. The Omulusu to Belgium, it was a third and fourth. They came to the European Championship. What happens? They played in the final. So, over semi-finals of a World Cup, now by European Championship, now by final, losing to Italy. I think you are building confidence going to the next tournament.
Yeah.
And almost our quality. So, coach, you know a new one. These days, no, how many tournaments? He has learned on the job. Sure. The players are so amateur enough. I think even Phil Foden. And if you Foden, it's not a bad player.
Never.
They have quality team.
I said no cast of boys who come here English or more champions this year. Colin Wilson Munina, I said the mobile chrome across bit me. I think say where Europe, the Chris, I will agree with you. Europe there. 1, 2, 3. England player for player and as a squad. No, even European teams here bear 1, 2, 3. 3 crab bear 1 or 2, they will be among the best. Currently, it's a war here. Ebia Spain crab say players no said that tops. It's a Spain crab from country bay.
France.
Yes. We France I mean yes also being a country be on player for player on better than the English or Europe. And I agree with you. But first, no problem there ego. Not egocentric. They have the stars, but ego was eating them up. Even in the team no crow but not say Gerrard for Liverpool. He wants to so or be above Ebia Lampard on what Chelsea. But also what is American as they were not playing together as a team. Obia was going to show in the team so no in bossing way. And that is what really hurt them because our team are not more priority. So quite a one can schools. One can schools. One for Rooney. Beckham Munginama. Ashley Cole Munginawum. Meboa. Who are real Ferdinand? Look at the team are not Mukutan. Why? Baby aye. In fin for crowd na say kra. Or Lampard, or Sawa Gerrard. Some Michael Carrick. Now the scores are count. So this was a team, but again, maybe I know most of all time goalkeeping. Okay, David Disaster James. Goalkeeping and it was a big problem. And Joe Hart by now it wasn't too bad until so called that howler. It's also he had a howler at one.
They still have goalkeeping problem. Their goalkeeper is Jordan Pickford.
Sisi had the Pickford here because he doesn't commit too many mistakes. Ramsdale said they don't.
Dropping last name.
Also Pickford doesn't commit too many mistakes. But consistently say Chris England goalkeeper be didn't be okay Paul Robinson. Obi be no commit howler near Pamano. But then also more limited that. And then a dear England born air cost and say one. First so no money competition, but you teams need World Cups. It's a look at the 21s and look at the 17s. Oko Euro, they are doing very, very, very well. Almost will be a 5-6. A man I could walk up and a Euro. Until when they push you, say no. Say if all these guys are doing that, yes, as the senior national team, we need to do something.
We also can start player for player. So I heard Portugal because almost all.
Yeah, yes. Into the America 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I think England the second. The second. I think England, Portugal, and France. Europe the CCR teams will be any. I agree with you. So I'm okay.
Christian, yes. Your final Lazio, Celtic, Atletico Madrid.
Again, why very careful. Final Nebu against Lazio, and we have group now. Atletico Madrid now 4 points. Lazio 4 points. How many Atletico the same points? Final 3, and I said to Kenny B. It is a final able fear against Air Lazio. We say Obian Shadan engine who a group Musa into Kosa game no very, 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 very careful. By finding able fear against Lazio, I'll go for a double chance with Team Feno, Air Feyenoord. Atletico Madrid air qua way to Air Celtic. Celtic any points. We group now so far Omunamunya 1 point to cry. But Atletico Madrid in Swaway performance in the Champions League, and quite encouraging. The last away game, we thought more we near Anissa. And at last minute, Air Lazio for better Cannon ball, Air 1-1. And also Tino, because of their away performance in Tino, Untimi quite emphatic say Atletico Madrid air kwaku wini. But regardless, say Atletico Madrid is qualify from side group way mudia against Air Celtica on your point there. And the 1 yard the crown, I'll go for double chance to my friend Air Atletico Madrid.
Maxwell and Christian, Group B, Group F, your Newcastle, Dortmund, PSG, Milan.
Newcastle, Dortmund. Because Newcastle win. Yeah. So okay, Newcastle last game. On say PSG 4-1. I think that is their best night in European football.
Yeah, and that's the only goal so I consider ever since.
Until watch. The first game was against AC Milan. Was a boring game away on 0-0. But the last game now, Obetina Fiachi PSG no, and the Obiahu baller a team friend Newcastle. A Toma Yasimobia has our game no, and the football nankasa and fair. When you say at a point in time. Now man for a candidate I bet me asaki coaches now. I'm the how can I was like, hey, like seriously,
just after
Eddie Howe last year, Champions League for the first time in so many years. No, a do stage be man ko no. No, I'm saying the how yam pamano. But the see ankasa the last 8 matches, no, Newcastle winning 6. They are amazing. They say in those 6 matches they've won, they've scored 20 goals in those 6 matches. And no ball fear against Air Dortmund. They are surprising. Dortmund when they say, Andy, what check your group now? Dortmund is go. Dortmund is go after 2 matches. The first game and the about draw. Huh? The first game about draw. The second game, so no, they lost. So in 2 matches, Dortmund far ball crown to net him. But the one say, Obia on Timisha. Ball etia a Newcastle. Oh, ball fear now. We are so strong with fear. And they revenge Newcastle so. Because say Newcastle Asia a team friend Newcastle any Dortmund no omo ntanhia into Dortmund person team qualify to the next stage there surprisingly ade areho ne say ye group ni wie no and they say now will be say teams be betimi qualify every side group no mu a na nka beka say dey PSG and Dortmund but likely say one of PSG and Dortmund one of them will not qualify say team friend Newcastle winning the game now. One of them will not qualify. And I'm going to say, and the Newcastle able fear against Air Dortmund. Newcastle form of fear. I Dortmund so away and shada nyani die. And the double chance, not even a double chance, straight win for Timwa. Your friend Newcastle.
Magzi.
Yeah, Newcastle tashe German teams so more ball home in the champion or in Europe. Because in 2000 almost 1860 minutes 3-1. In 2001 almost Leverkusen 3-1. Dortmund problem say money English team say bow we are the last 6 or more winning and he saw more either 2 or even more goals and this is a Newcastle goal a teamer or say a lot of goals so I agree with Christian perfectly sir and Dortmund so away performance in the Champions League is very bad. What I know is that in their last 7 Omo lose 5 no more draw 1. It's a Newcastle bet to me. I'm a Dortmund who to me actual which and a Newcastle themselves are home in all European competition. The last 15 or more lose 3, or more winning 10 or more draw 5. It's a Newcastle will pull away with a results at least. Now, PSG ne AC Milan there. PSG say AC Milan that's what people should understand.
Yeah.
In their last 4 games in the Champions, 2 draws and 2 losses. Now Milan problems or moon to me in Shego because what I know is that. Milan last 8 in this competition must just 3 goals. Now, Osha team to say PSG ever home no more there because their last 34 games or more lose 1 pair home. And no more draw just 6. It's I think 27 wins and no so that makes them favorite here. But game where people should expect so much because our 2 teams or Musia they don't score more than 2 goals. But what's my argument I say? Okay. They don't score more than 2, so people should be very careful. Yes, or more too many goals. Yes, and again, say Pulisic say go they be Milan to me win any match. On one side, the last 10 games our ball in the club, you know, so say go pay the team ni win. and elsewhere so there one name Kylian Mbappe. But what I know is Mbappe last 9 home Champions League goals was they moved 7 about before the 25th minute. Ozen Rani says OTA stars to say Braga away. Braga conceded 1 goal first half. It's Madrid will be the team to score the first. They will consider. That's how Mbappe that because Mbappe might be the man to get the goal if there should be a goal. I hope you understand.
Okay. The second motivation is that they will need to react.
Exactly.
Because on last game and the disaster. Okay, on last game Newcastle shown by 4 goals to 1. When I'm saying started Champions League at PSG for be regulars. Our Champions League group stage, about 11 years ago. Menkai the last time at PSG for Champions League group stage.
Yeah, and
a 6 the Barca crash go 6 Spain. By a kind group stages are. Menkai the last time at PSG Champions League a group stage na team issue 4. And the last game on G4 against a Newcastle. So they will need to react. Yes. And our reaction there, I think that Mason so can say I won't say AC Milan that. But the occasion of the first time was 1995. Semi-final. AC Milan we need both matches. The last one was 2000-2001. And also 2 games now and they in the draw. Yeah. But the PSG of 2001 is entirely different from PSG of today. Say the match PSG acco 34 Champions League home matches are Omalusu Wampe. And having lost their last game, that humiliating defeat, I be a praise they will need to react. They are surprising. Oh, Mami AC Milan when they say Maso, Omasha 1 goal pay. But they are when they say Omo 1 goal no. Team were above more shot in this year's Champions League no. Only Man City and Real Madrid and above more shot in the Champions League than AC Milan. Yet they have scored 1 goal per precision. Any goals in so team. We have domestic footballer and they are doing so well because Mekai say as lose only 2 games per. Our first loss was against I think say Inter Milan. Inter show 5-1. And last week you know Omolusu 1-0 team your friend Juventus. So domestic football they are doing so well. They are PSG both PSG beshe because Colomwani, Mbappe, and Dembele elbow behind Goncalo Ramos at home they will score. So it is the responsibility of AC Milan to be able to get goals. So that they cancel goals and
what they need to do is say or more PSG say yes because no matter what PSG are favorite, but the number of goals now go for a bit circumspect because when they meet always go say do 3. Maybe I'll call PSG crowd win maybe under 3-5 or double chance 3-5. It will be a good deal
on the safer side. Go for over 2.5.
Okay. Yeah. But what maybe for win them. Also PSG so on the last 11 home games in Champions League, 9 penalty no so bad go ese. On say yes penalty to me but baby or boss said but Bama at least 1 goal to me a penalty. So all these things so to me play out.
Okay. Net matches no your Leipzig Rest Belgrade, Young Boys, Man City, Barcelona, Shakhtar Donetsk,
win under 4-5. Barca win under 4-5. Under yeah. Say your players no okay.
But before say local classic, you should remain unbeaten. Regardless of our problem, Barca you beating.
We'll beat them by yen fire.
And I say so winning now group no sorry so tem na pressure mouse.
And I was a Barca and Casa Monsoma be say if you hey. Momo say Real Madrid I say when a good season. But Madrid name wins are. It's more my 10th war classic also a great game we move win it but under 4-5 month me 5 goals into me.
Martin Mirase yam 57 no and to so high pure 95.7 FM yen chara mat. So tie show to kwasa.
Oh say we actually go in sia. I mean and also am outside.
Anopeya na chese one me anopeya. Ano papa mi ba djuma papa say anna ma ba djuma papa mba be chia no. We talk we move on as
a salad in here.
Na Caleb Manquire former player the man Accra had to for Caleb actually or the same Accra to your house. What performance lately?
So far I think that I want say hard time no and again time and difference room in your time we had a show matches time weekends we boy match and bono hard time maybe we are Ghana time be so time we more time about no I think that's a house for match and I say kotoko match me sure I want my phone so and Omo game, I think say Oma sign no place bebre and ebi munsu free outside na ba na ebi munsu third division second division players amakoto omo ade omo ba ntino from good players na wo hoda no I think say me to me my dream chena me che na me di me nim say team ebe stay and I say omo performance na be wo ha league a different than friendly match league a different than you can say me fan say preseason match like you players who are me coaching but you players who are league any can say will drop you on senipa no wabo league ni be about 2 years 3 years 4 years on the league na ni so I change wow free second division over man born no dey onumbo but I know you different but so far as players no ho at least also a mo 8 team started maybe a new players no dey mo ba ku ya abeishim ati wo be wa dwen say bia no yakoto players aba the old players na wo no you be mo to twene anaze be mo ato atwene here the new players na ba old player no to no obi adun na person dwen bia no matches bia be last 2 seasons wa matches bia be 50 matches in the league no oni mo bia strength oni team bia ho den player bia oni ko she bia oni ma into is a player ni sin chen na the new player boy o expect say new player no obema mo den en fa oni bia ska kase out ya koto na say wa ko sign into the team china no say obemeki bibi wo team nim onim na ni so ball no de beto a be control no pass yin nyina ye obi en ye control pass obi en bo but I dwene na ye de expect bibi adwene ye de connect akose go no dey na player na me fa brim name ma coach if you say yen kwasan player mba say ne ya kwasan waba ne do bo until say be a coach no enya that position ne bia wo ba na no do wa be re or do wa be shim but you players bo as team ma omo say kai bia new players in beba no omo na also omo bo na nka new players ni show omo de we si bo you can say Premier League no.
Well, I don't I branch here friends Kaleba Mankwa and yet in Kano say Osina kan we Ethiopia and ordinary dem enso etmedia ba Christopher Demenya Asante Kotoko NCC chairman ono so say o catch referees no football no nkofo investment ti omo ko jinama kwa ko di ball na ya omo hwini.
How many times and I happen to go to yet immediate panel to matter to Korea University yes ya river in the media about me part of say one penny and coming in to go back and go back and go back and check just got to support us to Kulano and Jacob but go back and check and found one penny and pan boy or share and found no customer times now do just 1 point the technical knockout me on them Mutakuja to but we are all investing. We are investing our brand. Muta and happy para idea. We are on to we condemn. From last year today, and since that people are not talking, especially Mujanalities Mungata, Obana Brugu, so I know because he said between the football and then investor. At the moment, if I did the right thing and my living in Kosoa, and my that's what you want, that's how it's going to happen.
Christopher Demenya Asante Kotoko NCC chairman and the can Kwasiapia as the CIA Kasai Asante Kotoko financed by Utufo.
Chasena okay focus MC na ono and try MC no as at now the Utuna Bibia Kosutin the flop so ama yamane manage and so Junior okay chipa so far no I think that
coach Kwasiapia and you think about my say Kaleba Mankwa asem na no kan because asem we Maxwell okares wa kan happen say omumma senior players na young boys na we chire no
they will learn from the senior players o say ba so na ye rebuild the team that's what we did it's the Lewandowski money are they buy into young guys no learn from ni all the kakra afra but how the coaches no be rebuilding na enye rebuild is kind of moko pedi into Ghana coach or team na aka so onye rebuilding pe na wakọ asori akoda nyame ase because mo dey atungo for team say boys na nyini den na supporters na je atum no mo afa second division first division nto ko sign player no afa ti no jeje ne de omo ba no mo ba clearly utumu say players or the aba ne omo ho no still omo ya de and Andy won't study our trend, you know. Until I was say ye Jaisa, but Caleb as more can say his experience and why any day. But the other Caleb House of Folk assembly there, it goes beyond Obia. Instead of make us and come patch or say Ghana media yenjo masamka for 3 months. They had this almost the same. Because it's almost the same thing, no more deba. They are not ready to want to change. Andy, coach ne say omo money be any Gold Stars match. Koopman. Na bibienu onim hode wako hoda. Sata male no koba okoyare bibienu wako onko hoda. Okoye do okoshe. Ombe pam no ende pam de ombe, but the has problem, it goes beyond the coach too. Also coach na so mo ya jirigogo. Also more Maldives no. Not anchor director no me assistant to we o. Into we benye aduma no so no mo nkwafa anchor director number. Into has for nankasa they did not sit down to think through. Say be a coach we or to saying ano ye we no so on coach or kind of mo nkwafa na ba yo. And this is what my argument na say. And over years, House of Folk are failing in coaching. I mean, sure. Almost a House of call Africa Champions League. There's somebody oklune elidium. Omo ka say. Omo de so na he Champions League na nkofo ani abre na omo bonom de discan has de so na he say. So to me ko group stage do a Chris omo de House team ne be ma no. Ti asem ni ye. Enti oklu ye no wanya de. And at the same house, I be catch you say Prosper Nete and now omoni newie one tis asem no. Emma Prosper Nete ne ba be coach na no kronti na ma oklu e wo ho no oklu twa ne boss. Oklu na make on the boss at 3 back na House of Folk problem ni na start is awokaya. Kotoko no ya assistant coach. But what I say? And no call house no. Omo because omo train Prosper Nete no one but the house and head coach omo na assistant coach the whole of the time no deal house and house ni head coach. No what's what be that? A big team like House of Folk only coach say Chris the whole of that time no only coach. And no clue no omo san pam no clue asa ba Kotoko no. Still Kotoko who so clue is not fit to be head coach for Kotoko. And now to lead Kotoko omo sa be an assistant coach. Meaning, so what's the argument now? It's what I'm trying to say. Coach, Kotoko feels say he's not even fit to lead the team. No, has taught him fit to lead the team. Now, Prosper Nete didn't house in one call. Currently, baby, will your coach be an okura house? That's a one ye be and I say, your man says you will fail. It's a minimum year coach and house or more frame me. You will fail. It's the only motivation is to call Mokoji. Even crime TBB, and I'm finding it out. To be put it out straight away. Matikra say Koopman the and acquire star be say it is in his contract say if he doesn't perform. Now Oka say Obian perform your perimeters ben now determine say one perform. Christian means what him argument. Also if I don't perform, what are the perimeters? Kotoko a same categorically say coach be a be coach Kotoko be a woman say uluso 3 matches at to aso ya pamon. On say no must set a benchmark or standard. Na since ya we okwa na okobo draw bibiani obeka so perform me because bibiani how many teams they come in here meaning it's even that one kromo say anya no it's the internet Prosper Nete house one coach onim so okoho be faili it's Prosper Nete say ja house na bakotoko back so be ye rebuilding so be two more than half a point awo and so what's my argument na say ain't even finding a good coach. What him say Togo by say Minkaya or Pam Koopman so Pam 13 coaches in 13 years. Now out of those 13 coaches are finding in ano ba ko pen J Cap man and pay a board 4 trophies or margin under 14 years in 13 years in board na J because board won the league. He won the FA Cup twice and also won the Super Cup automatically. So 4 trophies in 13 years. House of Folk. In their history in Cedar. In the appointment of coaches, Omunyana wrong. And this is what Masem Nasia. House of Folk want a player to miss 12 goals near Pamon. Ose 12 Kumi Ose 12 near Pamano. One other boy is New York. I forgot to switch 12 goal that is near Pamano. Near Kofo be on Mumbo 2nd division and 1st division mum Eddie Abano no best started. It's handy say wow dream who ye pa ufi say dente de bi mu benya di ento mo to be say team mutum so manya team ya akono pa unhu de be na ntokwasem Caleb mu nyina na team na hwete no ma san start biem o say make say omo striker ye for Obey Junior ye say nko mo pam no because I don't think so being Hotna has minimum so on to me baby abim. And no man improve contract. Or say 2 goals all season. Wouldn't say York Naya has top scorer last season. I think he scored 4 or so by a pamon. Any extend your being deal man improve contract. Yeah, bought 3-4 matches. You say or be on Bepam. Now we have second round on Bepam. Enti Saska ne ko hin. And this what I say. Enti in as much as Mr. has or more brand or more pamunko di Gary Botobako. Because you see house players would himself me kasi or more bobo mu hu po no. Now mu hu po na ko mu sego. Omo bobo na omo hu baby a policy. Enti we do akasala ba no baby say na po no motua.
Maxwell. Christian Brem na Maxwell.
Say untin dia na say me boa na. O pese kasa me twa ntwa che. Omo hu po.
Ma Christian Brem na me ko Dennis.
Wait, Maxwell, we breaking news.
Okay.
I think say Mediama TNA Park no car fan approval mo.
Okay.
The Champions League no you see mo be choose either Kumasi and Cape Coast. We say ya pa because we Champions League group stage na nka winya wankasa stadium e fear. We say Cape Coast no be more like a neutral ground. Yeah, new one but as a calf for Ben or more improve. You see an about until say it's at TNA Park.
Like they among
calf and me approve and fam.
But likely say beyond Beko Cape Coast.
Okay.
Because me more proximity say Cape Coast no. Onza Accra Ben Cape. Takrade Ben Cape on their metron. Ebia to for price so money are ding in our for so many ben honti. That is what they are looking at.
Namiti a house player you crying. Caleb. Say yeah the new players baba. Abe blend the old players now. No bisa old players in last year they no more. And the normal circumstances the ideal situation. Sanka all build the team one. And can offer new players ba. Nanka the old players na blend it. But you be say we say old players no omo boni yan can go find new players in fama. Last year last year me say Kade last game of the season and the Sevu has a foot from going to the relegation. Ye we no Ghana so they say quite tradition. Ye pam 15 ye go for 15 buy. Ni pam 15 go for 15 aba. Old players ni hwan. All players na kana omni new players be blending no enfa ya so op ya pam mo nyina na yakofa new one dia ba 15 out 15 in
oh sere
nti all players na new players no e better na blending baby am na man for be adwin kakra baby am na man for be adwin kakra say Di Maria there I think say creativity na has lacking on Di Maria should be given opportunities but with Di Maria say all players no
but Di Maria on started one way man
keep us in old boys and Di Maria so bo and your friends Kosa and so bo so Linda on my bench is here I think last 2 matches on my bench
but Linda was one of the Arsenal has best players
best players and I really don't understand why some be any permanent is no mudi obi aba
nti Kasala wanet say ye Kasala ne fro say fe Ramos
Ramos defender
o shego dia o Kasala wan sa o Ramos me sure say at this same rate at this same trend no send amfa next year 15 besa ako na 15 asaba enti dem bia old players new players o mo yefa Christopher Domenya nyame no kure ni ka asem nka manfo aso nso oguso man ka asem nka to twa asem aka needless mfaso bi ani so se kotoka manfo be she kotoko kruma mombo so momo since when
san ko ka match kro
on ma me match kro e be she kotoko kruma se a kotoko supporters bo mo se ma referee e bia referee sisiu ya gitum etimisi but referee sisi kotoko no Musuma benefited from bad officiating pay.
Exactly.
This season here, Kotoko first game was against Heart of Lions. Lions eshe kringo e okroma say. Yanye Lions to tungunya.
Osema mo mfa one game pe no mo de ndie ko back ai bebre.
Na bi asem kaba this time Dr. Kwame Chekra NCC for release statement apologize and taking responsibility.
So to Chris okra no ni ha. Max na atwumba yi. O say ensema nan ko mo so so mbeka no. Because Dr. Kwame Chedi kan anopana you don't justify it say mo bia to mo paying bad officiating kotoko asofa yagitum their games are you see officiating say the real referee officiating game ni there as
bad decisions are going against Kotoko in favor of the opposition. Yehumbi.
Last season.
But the same referees, you know, so timid bad game one. Kotoko benefit from it. So in case of bad officiating, you know, and now only one team that suffers from it. At a point in time, you benefit from it. At other point, you gain from it. You suffer from it. And you know, on a day now, we suffer from it. You know, there's no justification for what happened or Abrankesi. Untimin justifies it. Be at to pay. Dabi.
Mate, Raseme caught Dennis Sonia Dinkomo ever last chance. Maxwell, I went to me, but they also to me, but Naza, anything pause. I'm a special guy.